Hello guys, it's coming another collab with the Raid Shadow Legends, you know. This one right here, you're gonna be filled with this hero right here. He's part of the new fusion. I'm going to explain all the details about this, but it's not just that. More heroes coming up, you know, and then a huge event, part of this collab, you know, because this collab, it sounds great. Alright, it sounds really great in terms of this new collab. But first of all, I have to inform you details about this fusion right here. I'm not going to tell much about this new collab. However, you guys can already identify easily in the game in terms of this new collab. Alright, just for you guys to have an idea right here. So Web of Corruption is exactly the new collabs coming up. You know, and then look at that. You have a quiz with some of the famous content creators I have in Raid Shadow Legends. Okay, that's the thing. But that's exactly what's coming up. Okay, and another information that I have to give to everybody right here is, so I'm going to show here very quickly for you. So it's about this information here. Okay, so that's the thing. It's going to be a new hero, but part of the Silver Watchers. Okay, he's a legendary hero, spirit affinity. He's attack hero. All right, so that's the main thing right here. So that's the hero right there. Okay, so that's the thing here for part of this new guy. But that, not just that. Okay, it's not just that. Just for you guys to know a little bit more right here. So they, like on June 4th, is going to have this Champion Fragment event for part of the Raid Shadow Legends for you be able to get him. Okay, so then if you check right here, so this hero is designed for be attending in terms of both PvP PvE content in the game. You guys know well there are many of PvE contents available now, you know, and then there are some situations for sure that this guy here is going to be very reliable to go for. Okay, just simple as that. All right, and then now let's check here about all his skill, because in my opinion here, guys, according to what they did, the hero sounds great. You know, I have to be honest right here, but the hero really sounds great, and I think that this is the big advantage. Okay, so just for you see the look of this guy, he looks great. Okay, Web of Corruption there, corruption. His name is Folan Silverhart. Okay, so we start here first. We see the first skill, and he hits 3 times. So that's really good, and then each hit 30% chance there that's gonna be able to increase the duration of running the buff on the target. So we have some hero, one hero here that already do this in the game. Does this in the game actually, you know, so this guy here is going to be something a little bit more for according to that hero right there. So if you check well here, VIZIER is one of these heroes that you have in the game available. You guys remember about VIZIER, that how he was very welcome in the game and how useful he is. And guess what, now they decide to bring something that can be better than him, or kind of the same level, but this is the guy here. Okay, something similar like him, but the good point, because this guy now is a spirit affinity instead of force affinity, the same way that the VIZIER of Alice is. Right, okay, so and then you have the fourth skill here. This is a good point, 2 AoE attacks at the same time. Okay, so and then he deals 10% more damage to each enemy for each debuff on them. We ignore unkillable and block damage right here. This is a big stuff, mainly for arena. You guys know well how is this situation here, part of unkillable and block damage. Okay, and then we have more here, attack one enemy 2 times. Okay, that's kind of meh, but the first hit here, he has 75% that go to 100% easy to apply decrease defense. Decrease defense is very useful in the game, mainly if you're gonna be fight against bosses. Okay, that's for 2 turns, and then the second he's gonna be able to place more block passive skills. That's another thing that probably can be very useful as well. Okay, And then he applies what? The debuff spread the same way that VIZIER does in the game. So this guy here gonna be doing kind of the same way, affecting that taking all the buffs from the targets and placing all them on all the other enemies. Okay, and then this attack will also ignore 20% of each target's defense as well. And then we'll have here his passive. For each Sylvan Watcher ally on the team, including this champion receives 10% in less damage from AoE attacks, and ignore the defense effects against this champion are 10% less effective. Whenever this champion attacks, has a 30% chance to turn weak hits into normal hits. These chains increases by 10% for each debuff on the target. Okay, and then he has more this aura here that increase ally attack in all battles by 30%. Okay. Anyway, guys, this is exactly what's coming up for this new fusion that's coming next week. You know, so day 4th. June 4th is next month, so like next week. We are just a couple of days for that, all right? But you have even more here in terms of formation. I'm going to try to do a little bit of resume here in terms of all the rest that's possible coming up here. So we have a quality of life in terms of the game itself, and then you guys see here there are confidential things in terms of embargo stuff. But part of what? Part of some of the information, part of the web corruption right there. This is gonna be you're gonna have all this information because you guys know well when you have event like this, collab like this in the game. Just so you guys understand, okay? When you have a collab like this in the game, it's something that they're gonna bring with you loads of package right there. Loads of events. You're gonna be able to get the avatar. There are relics part of this because this is an event that's going to happen in the dungeons there. Okay, there are new heroes coming up as well. Amazing new heroes, very soon. This guy is gonna be available in the game, and that's another stuff. Okay, but more heroes coming up. Just wait right there because this is going to be the heroes for June, so it's going to be totally crazy right there. And just so you guys have an idea about this new hero that's coming part of this fusion right here. So I suggest you, if you don't have this guy available in your account, should be interesting you go for this new fusion now. Okay, totally important for you. It's a game change for you because if you don't have him, probably they're gonna improve your account in a way that in terms of bosses is gonna be very important. Many terms of bosses there. Okay. I just like to leave this opinion right here because I know that it's totally important for you. I call it my experience in the game playing for several years already. But this guy here was very useful, still very useful in some specific scenarios. But this guy, if you are new in the game, do not skip this. Just go for this because it's important for you, okay? It's gonna help you a lot. Tell you a lot, alright? That's the thing, guys. If you like the video, just like the video, I really want to bring this video here for you because something new, part of this new collab now. More information is coming up very soon about everything that's going to happen in the game. For sure, it's going to be much fun, But let me know what your thoughts is right there. If it's possible, you'll write something about these things. But thank you very much and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.